my name's Cecilia,
and welcome to
Learn with Learnist! So today we're going to be learning about Pablo Picasso. The materials you'll need for this activity, make sure to prepare before we start, is the fish printout,
Picasso key printout,
the crayons, markers, or paint or pens, really anything you want to use,
scissors,
dice, glue, and construction paper, or just any paper. Now remember, if you're going to be using scissors and you don't know how to use them, well, you can always ask your parents, siblings, or grandparents to help you out. For the fish printout and the Picasso key printout, or any printouts really, you can find them all in our description box or our website.
So today we're going to be talking about Pablo Picasso, a famous artist. Pablo Picasso had an ever-changing art style. Even as a kid, he was always interested in art since his father was a painter and an art teacher. He was born in Spain and he moved to France. In France, he became friends with many different artists. He produced over 1,800 paintings and 1,200 sculptures. Pablo Picasso had a really long name, as you can see over here. So as you can see, his art style changed a lot over time. So this was like his realistic style, and this time he used a little bit more blue, and it was just like really more like blue tones. So this is called the blue period, and he changed it up with the rose period, with is just like warmer shades and pink. And then afterwards he was inspired by, this is the African period where he inspired and African mask inspired. And then he switched over to Cubism, which is more like geometric and more unrealistic stuff, but just like a lot of different shapes. And then he changed it from Cubism to synthetic Cubism, which is more like collage, and as you can see, there's just a lot of blocks. Moving on to the Neoclassicism period, this was a little bit more realistic and just naturals, kind of like his first period. And then you move on to Surrealism, something that he helped develop, which is just really bright and geometric, and this is one of his famous portraits. As you can see, his art style has changed drastically over time. And so now, to learn a little bit more about Cubism. Cubism is an art style, as you learned before, that Picasso helped create. It's full of geometric shapes, collages, and planes. It shows the possible viewpoints of a person and an object, since, as you can see over here, lots of different shapes and sizes. It was first started by Picasso and Braque, and artworks made by cubes and other geometric shapes.
Can I try doing Cubism too?
Of course! So this is the Picasso activity where you can explore a little bit more about Cubism with this fish.
So basically, you are going to be able to find this cutout in our description box below, and you are going to cut it out and rearrange it, but we will take you through the steps. First, you want to take your fish cutout and you want to decorate it. You can use markers or crayons or paint. You can really use whatever you want. You want to decorate it, Melanie?
Of course!
Wow, this is a super fun activity.
I know, I'm having a lot of fun. Hey, want to learn something about Picasso?
Yeah.
His first painting was when he was really, really young.
Really? How old?
9 years old.
Wow, does that mean a 9-year-old could create a masterpiece like Picasso?
Exactly.
That is super duper cool. What about 4 years old?
I think you become an artist whatever age you are.
Wow, that's super cool, Melanie. If you need a pause while you're coloring and decorating your fish, that's okay. We'll be waiting for you. Can everyone show me your fish?
Look at mine!
Wow, that looks so great. You use so many cool colors.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, what's his name?
I think I'm gonna name it Bob.
That's a great name. What about your fish? That's super cool. Next, you want to cut it out. You want to cut along these lines. If you don't know how to use scissors or feel a little intimidated by it, don't be afraid to ask your parents or your grandparents or your siblings. Do you want to hear another super cool fact about Pablo Picasso?
Of course! What is it?
Now, we might all know him as a painter, but did you know he did other art too?
What kind of art?
He was a poet, he was a playwright, really super cool all around. Don't feel afraid to pause this video and come back when you're ready.
When you're done cutting, it's time to rearrange it.
Is there a certain way I have to rearrange it?
However you want. Just like Picasso, we want you to use geometric shapes to make your own art.
Cubism is basically the idea of taking something that you know and rearranging it in a really cool way, like this. Now, you can make any fish you want. You could have it have a really long tail like a dragon, or make it really short and squat. It's really up to you. Do you want to try?
Of course! Let me see how I can do this.
Now, you want to take this new fish and you want to glue it down on a piece of paper. You can use super cool colors of construction paper or just regular paper. Don't forget, you could also decorate the background. Melanie,
Yes?
I don't think I like my fish.
But I like it.
Really?
It looks great.
But it looks a little weird.
I mean, isn't weird cool?
Yeah, that's what's cool about Cubism. You can make it into any style you want. Melanie, I want to decorate my background.
You can do whatever you want. Let's move on to the next activity, and while we do that, you can decorate.
That sounds like a great idea.
Earlier, do you remember how I showed you guys Picasso's portrait? Today, we're gonna make our very own, just like Picasso did.
Didn't you say that one was a really famous one?
Yeah!
Wow, that's super cool. I think I learned about that painting at school. Am I gonna make one like that?
It's gonna look a lot different than this one, but it'll look similar to Picasso's famous one.
Where can I find this paper?
This can be in the link in the description box below.
You can print it out or just use it right off the file. So how do I do this activity, Melanie?
So first you're gonna get a dice, and then you're gonna roll it. And when you roll it, let's say the first thing I roll is a 1. I'm gonna draw this face. The next thing I roll is a 2, so I'm gonna draw these eyes. The next thing I roll is a 3, then it's gonna be this nose, and if it's a 4, then it's gonna be this mouth. And eventually you'll make your own Picasso piece, just like this. And you can make your own hair and ears and background and just color it however you want.
Wow, this one looks super cool.
Thank you! If you don't have a dice at home, then you can use an electronic one, just like we are.
How do you find it?
I think you can just search up dice roller online.
Okay. So, roll.
What am I gonna get?
A 4.
So over here it says that my face is gonna be just like this.
A circle.
This is the circle I'm gonna draw for 4. This is the face.
You can use everything you want, just like last time. You can use crayons or markers or pen. We do recommend not using paint though until you start coloring. What about the next one? Let's see what we get. Another 4. So for 4, we draw. Wow, that's a super cool eye.
I know, doesn't it look great?
Mm-hmm.
Let's draw this eye here, just like this, and it's gonna have really long eyelashes. I wanna color it in.
What if I drew the eye and it doesn't look like that?
It's totally okay. You can draw whatever eye you want.
Thank you. Okay, let's roll it again.
There's a 4.
A 6. That's new. Let's see what a 6 is. It's this nose. Let's roll it one more time to find the mouth.
5.
For a 5, we have this super cool lip. Wow, you're great at drawing, Melanie.
Thank you. This looks really weird, doesn't it? It doesn't look like a normal portrait.
But that's okay, because this is in Picasso style, which is surrealist. What about the hair and the ears?
You get to make your very own and decorate it however you want. I want to make my hair green.
That's a super cool color.
Thank you. And I want to make my ears purple.
What do I do now?
Now it's time to color it.
That sounds super fun.
I know, I love coloring.
Can I use paint?
Of course, just make sure you clean up afterwards.
I'm drawing the background to my fish.
Wow, that looks super cool. What are you drawing?
I'm drawing clouds because my fish is flying. Is that okay? Does it have to be in the sea?
Of course it doesn't have to be in the sea.
Ta-da!
Look at my portrait.
Wow, that looks super cool. I hope you learned a lot today.
I hope you had a lot of fun.
I did. Learning about
Picasso
at
Learn with Learnist.
See you next time.